Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GL365.com. Today we're going to look at Metallica's new one, Hardwired. So we're going to do the whole song here in this one video, including the guitar solo. Pretty quick little guitar solo there. We are in standard tuning, which is refreshing for a new metal song, you know. But it's Metallica. They can write killer riffs in any tuning. So we're going to start here with this intro, and when it gets kind of tricky, when you know, because they do slight variations on like the same riffs, I'll just give it the minute and second mark so you'll know exactly where I'm at in the song. Now we're going to start with this intro, which starts with a little gallop feel. So you're going to do this gallop, which is on the low E string, heavily palm muted. Now I'm just doing a quick down up down each time. So you just do that really fast. So it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. That's all it is. All right, so you do like 4 measures of that. Now we start throwing in the power chords. Now the power chord is going to start here, 7 fret power chord off the low E, down to 6. So we have this. Again. All right, so they do that twice, and now they go add another one. We're going to now go 7, 6, then 6, 5. So we're going to do it like this. All right, so starting from when I start the power chords, you keep that triplet feel going around those power chords, but we basically have this. And then back to the triplet. Now we do the same thing we just did with, but you're actually gonna hold the chords and let them each ring. So we have this. Pretty simple stuff. So we're just building from 7 6, just, and then go straight back to the gallop. Now you do 2, straight back to the gallop. Now hold them. All right, so you can see I'm just kind of holding it. You also hear the bass guitarist play that along with it. It's really when he comes in. And then we have the, out of that we just do this. Not going back to the gallop at all. So it's just 7, 6, 6, 5, 7, 6, 6, 5. And then we're just this little riff here. 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 5, and then it's just back to the gallop here on the low, and then a quick 7, 6 there to end it. So that's the whole intro, really. So let me just play through that real quick for you. All right, so just that last power chord, and the power chord is 7 and 6 just to end it. Then we get to the main riff of the song, which now we're not doing the kind of gallop feel anymore. It's just straight, 16ths, just. All right, so we have this. You start with the power chord, and then you're just straight down and down and down. And then you throw those power chords in there. 7, 6, 6, 5. So we have this. So you actually want to do that, and you hit the power chord really to start everything over again. So we have this. All right, so actually, before you do that power chord, you have this little lick again. That little fill we did earlier. 3, 5, 6, 3, 5, and then start with the power chord. All right, so after you do that 4 times, you're gonna come up to the power chord here at the 5th fret and then play that 4 times. And then back to the opening power chord that starts, basically now we get to the verse. Now the verse is the same riff as the main riff without that little riff in it. So it sounds like this. All right, so after the 4th time though, we do that riff, and that takes us into the chorus. So it's just like a little transition into the chorus. So that was just where the verse was. That's when the vocals start. And then we're to the chorus. Now the chorus sounds like this. All right, and then we're back to this kind of little ending there. So the chorus, easy. Power chord to the 5th fret, then 6. And then what you do is you're gonna come up here to the 8th fret and move these fingers over to the 10th fret on the D and the 10th fret on the G, while you're playing the 8th fret on the A and the 8th fret on the low E together. So it's basically a power chord off the 5th string with the 8th fret on the low E added to it. So we have this. Again, back to the 5th fret, and you're going to end it with this 1st fret power chord on the low E string twice, and then you're back to the, you kind of just have that little gallop riff again. The kind of transition thing that we did kind of going into that main riff. And then we go back through everything again, back to the main riff. Back to the verse, and then back to the chorus and all that good stuff. Now, coming out of that, we still do that little transition. We have that, and then we get to the bridge. Now, this is about the 1 and 31 second mark of the song. It sounds like this. All right, so we do that a couple of times before the guitar solo. So we're gonna start with the low E. Now there's a guitar overdub. Kind of that thing, kind of just the power chords along and then the 6th fret power chord there. You'll see where that comes in, but we just have this. So that and slide into the 7th fret on the A string, then 5, 6, then 3, 5. Repeat. Again. Now on the third time, you get a little tail on it after that 3/5. Then we have this, which is just 6/5 3 5 3 1, and then you're back to the open E to start the riff again. So we have this. So you're starting over basically, but the ending is going to be different this second time around. So after 3 times of playing that, you're going to do this, which is just this 6, power chord off the 6 real quick, and then 6 5 3, just the power chord. Then, so all of that after the power chords, all those 2 times of playing it is really 1 time, and then you just double that. So we have this all together. That's 1 time. And then we're to the guitar solo. So let me play through the guitar solo. It's a really quick one, pretty easy by Kirk Hammett standards as well. So here it goes. Alright, so we have that little bridge section after it, which we'll get to. So we're starting here with sliding into the 5th fret there on the B string. Do it a couple times. So slide, and just tremolo picking, and then again. Then he does a pull-off lick, pulling off 5 to 3 to the open string on the B string. You do that 5 times. And then 3 times here on the G string, pulling off 3 to 2 to the open G. So we have this all together. So from there we have this double stops. You jump up to the 12th fret there on the G and the B together. And then 14 twice on the D. Then from there, you hit the D, the 14th on the D again, and then the double stops, 12 double stops across the G and the B, then 14 double stops, back to the 12th, and back to the 14th fret on the D. So from there, we have this 14 on the D, 12 on the G, bend on the 14th fret, and then that starts as kind of a common blues lick, which is just hammering 12 to 15 on the B, pull back up to 12, over to 14 on the G, and just repeat that. Now you can do that with all downstrokes, just down, 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 down. And then you end it with just the 15th fret on the B string. And then we're going to go to the 15th fret on the high E string, 4 bends, whole step bends, and then up to the 17th, kind of a big bend and release, then 15 and over to 17 on the B. And just a little pick scrape. So we just have this all together. All right, now we're back to the bridge riff with a kind of an extension at the end of it. Something like this. So I actually just got. It's basically just that much of it. All right, so it's like the first half of the bridge riff that we did earlier. And then we go back, the vocals come back in, and it's just a variation on the main riff, but it sounds like this. Now that starts at the, what is that, 2 minute and 14 second mark. Do that 4 times. Now we go back to that bridge riff with a little different ending. Sounds like this. That takes us back to the chorus there. So this bridge with the different end, a little extension, starts at the 2 minute and 23 second mark. So we're starting with the same bridge riff. Now this little ending, we're going to do the same notes we did here, but we're going to do them with heavily muted power chords. So we have this, instead of going, then take it up to the power chord up to the 6th fret there on the low E, and play 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, with no palm muting. And then we're back to the chorus, so it's 2 minute and 35 second mark. Same as the other choruses in the song. And then we had this. So that's just kind of that triplet, back to triple fill, open power chord, and then 6th fret power chord, 5th fret power chord. And then that's at the 2 minute and 43 second mark, if you want to know that. Now we're getting to the end of the song. We're going to go back to the main riff here. Let me just play the through here, starting at the end of the song, the main riff. It's done about 6 times. It's just the main riff is usually just 4 times, so they play it the same way with the same transition, and they kind of take it down to halftime feel for 2 times through, and then have a little quick little ending thing that we've seen earlier. It's like the little transition riff. So let me just play through it real quick. Here we go. All right, so that's that same riff we did earlier. 4 times in that same little power chord, 5 times there, and you just start back over with the different fields. Same riff though. Twice. And then we switch really quickly for the end of the song to the gallop feel. So you had the gallop, then the open power chord, and then 7/6 power chord, and that ends the song. So it's a really intense song. It just keeps going, and it's a good workout for the picking hand, and even the solo is pretty fun and pretty easy to play. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.